So welcome back. My Wi-Fi died. I logged back in and I was on like 12% health, so that was fun. So, yeah. As I was saying, I don't know if I'll live stream Classic WoW or anything like that. I mean, like I'll try to live stream my first experiences and then maybe do some sort of like stream exclusive character, but my main character certainly won't be stream exclusive because there's just no way I'm gonna feel like streaming every second of my playthrough. Well, I don't know, it might be 2 years from now. Maybe times will change. But yeah. Again, sorry for my blocked nose. I was rewatching the VOD, the 4-minute VOD. Oh, hello. Hey, Hate Fury Road. Gonna find a bunch of those in vanilla. Yeah, my nose is a little bit blocked. It's a little bit noticeable, but that happens every few weeks. It feels like so. And I am about to sneeze any minute now. Okay, there it is. I feel like I'm weird. I never seem to realise that I have like a cold or anything like that until someone points it out to me. I don't think I have a cold right now. I just have a bit of a blocked nose. But people are always like, "You have a cold?" I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah, I do." Thanks for that. Thanks for telling me that. The thing with vanilla, I don't know how they're going to keep it alive really for classic servers, because there's about 2 years worth of gameplay content in patches and stuff, isn't there? And then, or is it 3 years? I don't know. And then that's about it. And then well, then you run out of content to do, and nobody likes to play a stale World of Warcraft game. People like the updates and stuff to come out. So I don't know whether they'll just keep it around as a kind of like tourist experience, or whether they're going to do something cool like seasons. So like, for instance, they roll out the patches maybe like closer together than like happens in the original game, and then when it's all done, they leave some time and then they reset it, and like you can, I don't know, you get some sort of reward in the main game or in classic or something, and then they start all over from Molten Core, which I believe was the first raid. And I don't know how they do with your character, like reset it to like a fresh level 60 or reset it to level 1 or whatever, but I think people would be up for that, to be honest. If not to toot my own horn, but hire me, Blizzard. Because Blizzard do often like to echo the systems that are in their other games, and seasons have been in Diablo for a long time, and you've obviously got PvP seasons in like WoW and in Overwatch and Heroes and stuff. I think you have seasons of Heroes. I don't really play Heroes, but I feel like that's definitely something people would be into, and it would keep the game alive. And I don't know whether they would like then go on to redo the Burning Crusade, or whether they'd leave it there. Honestly, I think these are all questions that Blizzard are asking themselves right now, and they're going to be asking the community and stuff. So look forward to see how that works. I know with old school RuneScape, which is something a lot of people are going to start looking to now, as an example of an old MMO done right. Apart from a toxic bloody community, that is. For old school RuneScape, they basically just updated it, like gave it fresh updates, like, but they kept the soul of the old game alive, if you know what I mean. So, oh, I should have left. So the idea would be they wouldn't update the graphics or anything like that. They wouldn't do too many quality of life improvements or make changes to the game systems to make it easier in any way, specifically, like they did with the original game. But like they're adding new quests and new like continents and stuff, so it's pretty cool. What I will say is I'll be sad when Vanilla WoW comes out, and then after a few months the kind of magic of like Vanilla WoW fades, all the mysteries and like the stuff we never thought we'd see again, kind of stuff, like the honeymoon period, I guess you could call it. When that ends, it's just left with like a hardcore, if we're going off of what happened to old school RuneScape, it's left with a hardcore fan base who may or may not become toxic and elitist. So I don't look forward to that part of it, to be honest. That might ruin some of the nostalgia that people have. I'm glad my dungeon is ready because I have no idea how to start the cleansing ritual. Razorfen Crawl. I don't know why I said that, as if like, I remember it well. Still feels weird, dungeoning with Horde players. I've recently, thanks to... So, Battle for Azeroth, I should open by saying, it comes with 6 new playable races that you have to unlock at level 110. There's 3 for Horde and 3 for Alliance. And I really like the look of some of the Horde. I like the look of the Alliance ones a bit more, I think, but I really like the look of some of the Horde ones. And but you need to unlock them through like questing content. And again, questing content's going to be kind of unique to either faction as well. So more than ever, I need a Horde character. And rather than just boosting a Horde to level 120, 110 with my pre-order, which I will get because I'm a chump. And because I can typically trust that I will be buying a WoW expansion. Unless some crazy stuff happens. I will, instead of just boosting a Horde, I decided to level a Death Knight up to level 70, because they start at level 55 obviously. And then from that I'm allowed to create a Demon Hunter which starts at level 98. I'm just going to get a Demon Hunter to level 110 and use that as my main Horde character. So because of those reasons I've got a bit more used to leveling with Hordes. But it's nice as well because I've played, like I said, I've put thousands of hours into this game, and like there's a whole side of this game that I have very little experience with. I move away from the mic to sniff. I am the ill to zombie. I think I've made that joke before on the stream. I honestly didn't feel as like bunged up as I did until I started streaming, so that's wonderful. Excuse me. Lovely. I think it's probably just because I've started talking non-stop, to be honest. But Battle for Azeroth looks pretty fucking cool. To be honest, I thought it was going to be an Old Gods themed expansion. And maybe it will, like, it probably will turn that way. Like, oh, the Old Gods are manipulating the faction leaders and all that kind of shit. But for now, I'm pretty pleased actually with them kind of stepping it back a bit, I'd say. And I think the timing is right as well for a Horde versus Alliance kind of expansion, because Mr. Pandaria was very much that again, but they also had to focus on like pandas, which I still argue is very thematically incoherent with the rest of the game. Not really a huge fan, but I mean, it was a good expansion, and it's the one I started in, so I can't whinge too much. But I don't know, pandas really, I'm still not over it. But oh, golden apple. What was I saying? I lost myself in my panda racism. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be more of a pure Horde versus Alliance kind of thing. They have some old world content going on. They're focusing a lot more on like implementing actual systems for faction like rivalry and that kind of thing. It's not just a bit of a story thing. And I'm also a fan of like where they're going, like the continents, the kind of aesthetic there. I find it interesting that the Horde continent of Zandalar is a lot more varied. Like Alliance get 3 different kind of types of grassy lands, and Horde they get like a desert and something else I've actually kind of forgotten. Whereas we get like grassy lands, spooky grassy lands, and beautiful grassy lands, which I can't argue too much with because I do like that, to be honest. But for the races, man, I'm so excited. I'm just kind of rambling now. For the races, I'm definitely gonna make like every single allied race, apart from maybe the High Mountain Tauren. I think they're kind of boring because they're just like normal Tauren but with moose horns instead, and maybe some tribal paint. I think they're really kind of dull as a race. But for the Alliance, we get Lightforged Draenei, Void Elves, and Dark Iron Dwarves. And I've already decided, because I already have a Shadow Priest that I'm leveling as a Draenei, and I very much like her as a character, I'm going to make my Void Elf a Warlock instead of a Shadow Priest, which would be the obvious one. I think I'm going to go Warlock anyway. The classes that each race can be are available on the website, but I don't know if they'll change them as we go forward. I don't know why scattershotted then, but whatever. But so I'm going to make my Void Elf a Warlock. I'm going to make my Lightforged Draenei. I don't know what class I'm going to make her yet, but she is going to be kind of like the sister of my Shadow Priest. So I think I'm going to make her like a Holy Priest, because I don't really have a healing character. Like, all of my characters are DPS, because I never really like the idea of being stressed out to heal or tank a dungeon or anything like that. But I'm starting to change my mind on that a little bit. And I think I'll make like a Holy Priest, Lightforged Draenei, who is the sister of my Shadow Priest Draenei. That'd be cool, lore-wise. Lore-wise, RP-wise. Even though I don't really RP as such, I don't walk around and say things, I'm not on an RP realm, I do like to have a little bit of backstory in my characters. Not like fully fleshed out or anything like that, but just kind of like an idea. And Dark Iron Dwarf, I don't know what I'll do, probably an arms warrior or something. Or actually no, I remember I said to my friend I might make a tank character, like a protection tank. I feel like that would be pretty cool, because then I would finally have a tank and a healer, and it would be quick to level them up as well. And because they're doing this whole thing where they start at level 20 because they don't want to develop starter zones for them, which is fair enough. I don't really want them to take away from development time for the rest of the expansion. Don't know why I clicked my fingers. What was I saying? Every time I sniff I lose my train of thought. It's because I get paranoid that my sniffing comes up really loud and it's disgusting. Don't even have my chat open. I'm not together, chat. I'm not together. I'll just say chat as if anyone's actually chatting. So yeah, I'll have a tank Dark Iron Dwarf. That's surprisingly difficult to say. As for the Horde side, I'll make a Suramar Elf. Some sort of mage that I haven't played yet, like a Fire Mage or maybe a Frost Mage or something like that. I really want, like, the Zandalari trolls, they were revealed, I was like, it's just another troll. And then they immediately grew on me. I was like, I need to be a Zandalari troll. And I think I might go Shaman. Definitely not influenced by the cinematic there. As for, what's the, I could always, yeah, it's just High Mountain Tauren. I'm not even sure if I'll bother, to be honest. I really don't see the appeal of High Mountain Tauren. I feel like they could have chosen a far more impressive race, a race that's far more different than the rest. I doubt many people are going to be going for High Mountain Tauren, although I think it is quite highly requested, isn't it? So maybe I just don't get it. Maybe I just don't understand. Something I find quite exciting as well is that they said that the Allied Races system is something that they're going to build upon. So I don't know whether it's going to be an expansionary thing or a patch thing. If they added different races per patch, I would be very excited. Because I'm the kind of guy who very much likes playing leveling up alts. That's my gameplay experience. I don't do a lot of raiding. I like gathering like transmog sets and like pets and mounts and that kind of stuff. That's the way I like to play WoW. And then just have a good experience with my friends, and I'll occasionally do raids and stuff, and if an expansion comes out I will obviously enjoy like gearing up my character and that kind of thing, but as someone who likes to level up alts, I'm excited. I'm excited that they're giving us more character slots per realm, because that means I'll be able to finally make a Horde character. I think they said they're giving us 6 for the new allied races, which also brings up an interesting point of if there are 6 new slots for 6 allied races, are they just going to keep adding new slots every time there's a new allied race? Because I can understand why. Ooh, I need that. I can understand why. Yes! Finally got a bow again. I can understand why they would do that, because people have already, like people like me, we've already got all of our character slots full. It's like, hey, I want to play with a new race. But previously they've only ever added new character slots for when they've added a new class. And I'm not disagreeing with this. It's just going to be like, how many character slots are we going to get? Like, if they keep adding new races, are we just going to end up like 25 character slots per realm? And what's that going to mean for players who start fresh? Like, they come new to the game halfway through Battle of Azeroth. Because they're just gonna feel like, oh, I've got loads of character slots. Like, it's not a big deal. I'm not saying it shouldn't be the case. It's just a little bit weird coming from background of someone who's used to having a character slot per class, because they don't have the problem of, oh, I need a character slot for every single race. You know, that's not a thing when you start the game fresh with all the races. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm even complaining. It's not really a complaint. What's this do again? Oh, that's like a scatter shot thing. Okay. Forgot how to play this character. I'm just pressing the buttons out like that. No, I do. I do kind of remember. So that's all been kind of built up inside of me since I watched BlizzCon, so I'm glad I've got that off my chest. That was about 20 minutes of straight up rambling. Oh, pause to breathe. And sniff. Always gotta sniff. Fuck's sake. You sell for more. Hey guys, wanna do another dungeon? They'll say no, they always say no. Hey, I can make another pet now. Oh, I thought I had 2 pets on me. I know they were both cats, so maybe I stabled one of my cats. Whenever you see me open and close my mouth, that's because I'm muting myself and unmuting myself, by the way. That was to do a big old gross sniff, but I'm not going to mute every sniff. So yeah. That's... I've nothing left to say. I've rambled my way into silence. For people who aren't interested in WoW, that was probably extremely boring. I'm sorry. Oh wait, no, there is more to talk about. There is a patch coming out in about a month, or maybe a little bit longer, which is gonna apply the scone scaling, zone scaling, fuck's sake. Applies the zone scaling found in Legion to like all zones, so they haven't like settled on it yet, but I think the plan was to have like level 1 to 20 zones scale, and then like 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100, which means you could basically skip, you could choose an expansion between Burning Crusade and Wrath of Lich King, and then between Cataclysm and Mists of Pandaria. Everyone's glad that they'll be able to skip fuck's sake, I can't speak. Everyone's excited that they'll be able to skip Burning Crusade, because that's the oldest content in the game, because they redid vanilla zones in Cataclysm. I'm losing my mind. And I've only just noticed we're doing exactly the same dungeon again, aren't we? But that's completely thrown me. I just realised I have no memory of even entering this dungeon. That's how wrapped up in my own thoughts I am. I like how I can just kind of sit on automatic. That's how much of this game I've played. I don't even really have to think about what I'm doing. But then that's why people want vanilla back as well, because this game is too easy, especially at the lower levels. I think what I was saying is going to have to escape into the ether, because I've forgotten. Oh yeah, people are glad that they can skip the Burning Crusade expansion because it's the oldest content in the game and the questing is kind of all over the place, but I have a soft spot for it because it's when I started the game. I played a lot of Outland content on private servers as well as like a character boosted character for free, because character boosts are a new thing. It was just like instant level 70 servers they were called. I used to just fly around like, whoa, all this shit looks really cool. So I've got a soft spot for Burning Crusade. Also brings up a question, which is, if people are glad that they don't have to do old content in way of a Burning Crusade anymore, how are they going to feel about vanilla? Because that's all types of Burning Crusade, like levels of content, where it's just all over the place. I guess maybe it might not be the same crowd, but knowing the hive-mindedness of this community, it probably is. And I think a lot of people... Oh, I shouldn't be standing here. A lot of people are right to be concerned that, like, classic servers are going to open up, and then a couple of months later everyone's going to get bored and leave. But like I said, I think there will be a cool group of players who just play vanilla. And Blizzard, very interestingly, said that they are going to keep the servers on, whether millions of people play it or just, like, thousands. Or like, they basically I don't remember the exact wording, but they pretty much alluded to the fact that it doesn't really matter how many people are going to play the servers at this point, like they're just going to keep them up. And they might change their minds on that in the future, but if they don't, then I think that's really fucking cool. Because they have the money for it, come on. It's not like it's going to be costing them an arm and a leg. I know development is going to be very difficult. Like, because they always go on about wanting a Blizzard quality experience, and I can't fault them for that, because I am very much sucked in by Blizzard stuff, and I probably wouldn't be if they weren't committed to that kind of authenticity, quality, that's the word I'm looking for. So I'm just fucking excited. Where are we? So when I made my Horde Demon Hunter, it was kind of an interesting experience to be able to fly around Orgrimmar, because I've made plenty of Horde characters in the past, and I've gone to Orgrimmar and stuff, but I've never had a high level Horde character, so that's my first time flying around Orgrimmar without everyone wanting to kill me. And Orgrimmar from the air, no more pleasant than Orgrimmar from the ground, to be honest. Not really a fan of Orgrimmar. It's a bit... It's... Stormwind feels like a hub, like a city, like a place you can, like, hang out in. Like, the soundtrack, like the atmosphere, it's kind of peaceful. Like, I can see people enjoying it on RP realms and that kind of thing, but Orgrimmar is very much like war banners, war drums even, and like the aesthetic of it is just like a war camp, really, and it's not really a peaceful place to hang out in. And I guess you could argue that's the spirit of the Horde, but I think there's a reason why Silvermoon City is a favourite for RP realms, you know. You don't want to always feel like you're at war or you're getting ready for war. I don't know, I'm not really articulating this very well here. I just prefer Stormwind. And I'm glad Battle for Azeroth wasn't announced when I was a bit younger, because I was very much Anduin in real life, like pieces. I still am, like, I still don't believe in war and all that shit, but like, from a game standpoint, I always got annoyed when there was faction rivalry. I always got like, ugh, haven't the characters learned by now, all this kind of stuff. But this is a video game, and I just feel like going all in on the Horde versus Alliance idea. Like, I fight for the Alliance, I'm gonna kill some orc bastards, and it's gonna be great. And yeah, for the Alliance basically, for King Anduin. We haven't forgotten the Broken Shore, which is actually just a giant misunderstanding. But the whole thing was, my character is a Night Elf Druid, and as a Night Elf Druid, he's one of the more neutral kind of characters. He's not really into PvP or anything like that. Like I said, kind of, I like to have little backstory, like characteristics for my characters. He's never really been about Alliance versus Horde. He's always been more into the idea of everyone teaming up and saving shit. That's kind of a Druid experience, right? They burned Teldrassil. So I think my character now actually has motivation to believe that the Horde maybe aren't the best thing for Azeroth, and that maybe we should get rid, at least for a few months, before the storyline inevitably changes towards, oh, everyone was corrupted, they didn't really feel this way, it was all old gods all in all, which is very predictable. But then saying that, an old gods expansion would have been very predictable, and they opened with something different, so gotta give them props for that. I was like, this isn't old gods. Although we will be fighting Queen Ashara, and she is definitely related to the old gods. I'll be very surprised if she is not related to the old gods. So, I mean, she lives down in the depths of the sea. Where do the old gods live? In the dark places of the earth. So yeah, I'll be very surprised if Naga are very much wrapped up in the old god stuff, which means that, as per Blizzard tradition, the patch cycle will start focusing on like where the story is headed next and stuff, and that will probably be towards the old gods. And then what I'm excited for really is what happens after the old gods, because then we've taken care of the Legion, we've taken care of the old gods. Those were the two main threats throughout most of the series. Now, I don't think taking care of the old gods is us going to be taking care of the Void, which are basically responsible for the old gods. They're like next level old gods type story stuff. But then what happens after? The only other major adversary I can think of right now is the Infinite Dragonflight, which they really haven't done much with, and I don't think they really feel comfortable exploring yet because of the shitfest that was Warlords of Draenor, which is the only expansion to touch upon alternate timeline stuff, really. But I'll be excited for when they do finally feel confident enough to tackle that, to be honest. Nothing a couple of melons won't fix is now a green quest. So I don't know what to do, to be honest. I think this is one of the old types of quests, just by the way that it's constructed. Ew! Look at that, Alliance scum. It's still really weird seeing orange names of other Alliance players. I'm not used to it. So I need this, and it doesn't show up in the quest log as something that I've done. Offer 10 pieces of satyr flesh. Oh, okay. It's a simple fetch quest, but it requires 20 satyr sabers for one of the rituals. I definitely think this is maybe some sort of quest left over from vanilla, because this is the kind of thing that vanilla was full of. Collect an absurd amount of items with a low drop rate, so it's a heavy grind, and then it's not immediately apparent in a quest log what you're supposed to do with them. You have to read like the item text and stuff. I think I might just give this quest a miss, because it's green now. It's not going to offer that much XP. Oh, I'm regretting live streaming with this bloody block nose. I hate talking too much with a block nose. I feel like like I'm just clogged, and like everyone thinks it's gross. And, what is this music? Interesting. Let's go. Wait, what do you want? That's the flesh. Yeah, let's just abandon. But then we need those quests to continue with the questline of Deathless, don't we? We're not gonna get a quick done. Alright, let's just fucking grind the shit out then. Let's do it. Give me your saber. So, in non-World of Warcraft related news, Mario Odyssey looks amazing. I have a Nintendo Switch. Did I have a Nintendo Switch in the last video? I don't think I did. So I have a Nintendo Switch now. And I very much want Mario Odyssey. I think if I didn't have a Switch, Mario Odyssey would tempt me into buying a Switch, because the only games I have right now for my Switch are Breath of the Wild, which is very good, but I have a shit attention span, so it's something I'm going to keep coming back to until I eventually finish it 3 years from now. But until then, yeah, so I have Breath of the Wild, which isn't going to last me as long. Well, it's going to last me a long time, but it's not going to hold my attention as long as you'd imagine it would. Despite it being a phenomenal game, don't let me forget. Mario Kart, which is a brilliant game. And then those are the two main titles I have, and then beside that I have League of Evil, which is a little mobile port of a platformer, which I quite like. But again, it's quite a small platformer, so it's not gonna hold my attention for long. And then there I have Minecraft, which I've sunk more than 20 hours into on the Switch, because apparently I just like to do the same thing over and over again. Oh, that's why the weapons aren't going to be huge grind, okay. And then I'm trying to think. Oh, I have Infinite Mini Golf, which isn't the best. It's annoying. It's you to pull back on a mini golf on the fucking golf swing. You have to hold back right analog and let it go. But it's like trying to touch an ant without squashing it. It's really, really bad. And there's no way to change the controls on it either. And a lot of the the whole thing is, oh, it's infinite mini golf because there's so many user generated levels. But most of the user generated levels are just like a straight line to the finish with lots of like points in between, so you can grind out points. And when you try and go through quick play, which gives you random user made levels, that's all you get, and it's really fucking annoying. Oh, are you kidding me? I need to get melon fruit as well. Oh. If I was playing vanilla, I'd be fine with this. I'd be expecting this kind of shit, but this is not vanilla. This is Legion. Anyway, oh hey buddy. Oh thank God, save me from this hell. Let's go. So yeah, there's that, and then I have one more game. I don't remember what it is. Let me check. I've got my Switch right here. It's next to my computer. Oh, there was an update for Legend of Zelda. That's interesting. How can I forget Fast RMX, which is like a Wipeout style racer, which is really fun as well. So those are the 6 games I have on my Switch, and I have Puyo Puyo Tetris demo as well, because that's basically free Tetris. The demo just allows you to play Tetris, really. I don't really see why you'd spend £30 on the rest of the features. But hey, it's Nintendo, everything's overpriced. Yeah. What was I saying? Jesus Christ, what is wrong with my short-term memory lately? So, I've been looking at other games. I don't know if I'm going to get anything this month, because I've already bought Destiny 2, which I guess I'll also talk about soon. Although I have been streaming it, so maybe there's no point. Back to Twitch chat. Fucking I'm awful at this whole streaming thing, aren't I? It's nice to finally be in a dungeon that isn't Razor Thing cruel. And then I don't know, because I've already got Stardew Valley on PC. I don't know whether to get it on Switch, because I know I would enjoy it and stuff, and it's only $10.99, but I don't know, because I'm only a year into my original Stardew Valley save file, and I'm just completely put off by it, because you can't grow crops in winter, and I don't just want to skip winter days because there's other shit to do, and believe me, I am doing it, but I just feel like I'm hitting a brick wall because I can't make much money, and I don't know. Maybe I'll get it. And then I'm also looking at Golf Story, because that's like a Nintendo exclusive game, and I don't know if I should get it or not. I'm very tight because I'm used to Steam prices, which are much smaller than Switch prices. I just have to bite the bullet, I think, at some point. But next month I think I'm going to get Mario. I was looking at Sonic Forces, but nah. Because apparently that's a good 3D Sonic game. I'm still looking at it, and I've never understood the appeal of Sonic as a platformer, even on the 2D games. I'm sorry, I know it's heresy to say that, but it's just it's so floaty and like, no, I don't like it. I was looking at Sonic Mania as well. I was like, this is pretty much an objectively good game from everything I've heard, but it just looks like the old Sonic games, and I've played the old Sonic games, and they don't really do much for me. So I guess I won't bother. I'm really pissed off that Skyrim on Switch is £50. What the hell is that about? I know Nintendo have high prices for games, and I know that Bethesda's other ports are also £50, but Doom and Wolfenstein 2 are much more recent games than Skyrim. Skyrim came out in 2011, and I know that this version of Skyrim has a motion-controlled bow and a Zelda costume. A Zelda costume, kill me. A Link costume from Legend of Zelda, and you can get the Master Sword, but that's not worth an extra £20. Special edition on Steam is £30. Okay? I wouldn't pay £30, but I'd pay £20, I feel like. That would be a decent price. Skyrim on Switch. I guess I probably would pay £30, but I wouldn't be happy about it. But 50? Come on. It's really bummed me out because Skyrim on Switch was one of the big things I was excited about to get a Switch for. But I don't want to validate them by buying it. I know people say, oh, just one more purchase won't make a difference, but like, it's not just one more purchase, it's also like £50 for a game I've played to death. I'm not paying £50 just for a portable version of that game, even though it's one of my favourite games of all time. I'll hold out for a sale where it goes to like £45 or some shit. I won't even buy it then. Maybe if it ever goes down to like £30, maybe then. Like in a sale, maybe then. But Nintendo sales are so shit. They only ever go up to like 20% off. And I'm just so annoyed. And I put like a thing on Reddit saying, because I was checking the pre-order, not the pre-order, I was checking the eShop page for it almost every day. So I wanted to see what the price would be, because Amazon were asking $49.99 for a pre-order, and I thought, well, surely that's just like a safety net price, because they don't know what it's going to be yet, because that's way too much. And then it came out as a pre-order as $49.99, and I put it on the Nintendo Switch and the Skyrim subreddits saying, look how much this is, you know. I'm not one for outrage, but that's worth an uproar in my opinion. No. But I just felt like seeing if anyone else was bummed out about it, and people were like, oh yeah it is, that's annoying, I'm gonna have to spend £50. It's like, or we could not. Come on. Like, it got hardly any attention as well. I'm just, miffed. So miffed. Don't want to spend £50 on Skyrim. I need to get off this topic because I'm just going to continue ranting. I guess what I've been trying to console myself with is that I do have Breath of the Wild, and that is like very much inspired by Skyrim, and it's the open world RPG that I could focus on instead, and I should focus on because it's a new experience that I very much enjoy. And I haven't played too much of it yet. I've got a couple extra heart containers. I've completed like, I think about 15 of the little puzzle dungeon things, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. A tar trap, oh, interesting. Oh, I need to sell some shit. Do I want to do one more? Alright. It's just my attention span is shit. Like, I've only been streaming for about... can only have been about half an hour at this point, right? But already I'm thinking about, oh man, I might want to go play Breath of the Wild or stuff. It's like, it's not that I'm not having fun streaming. It's that my attention span is just so crap. I don't think I have ADD, like I've looked into this into the past. I don't think I do. But I think like this is something that a lot of gamers have, is that there are so many good games around nowadays that you just spoil for choice. Okay, I guess I'm the leader now. Why say you want to do more dungeons and then leave? What's wrong with you people? God's sake. So I like there's this part of my brain that's niggling at me to like finish the stream now, even though I'm having a good time, just so that I can do something else. And I feel like that's something about my character that I need to work on. We won't end the stream now. We'll continue. If it has less energy as it goes on, whatever. That's just the nature of a stream. Let's go to this place. Let's go to Furian's Post. They might have some fresh quests for me. So when the leveling patch comes out, that scales everything up to a certain point. This is going to be much easier because these quests won't have gone green. Of course, I still want to abandon them because they're annoying vanilla type quests. but like, I wouldn't even have to be in Desolus. I could be over in Silphus. I guess not Silphus because it's a bit higher level, but I could like. So the whole reason behind this is that over the years, like, the amount of XP you gain at particular rates means that you're never gonna get to see the entire story behind a zone as you would in an expansion. And that's kind of, people are bummed about that, rightfully so. If you want to play through Darkshore and see the entire quest of Darkshore for your alliance, that is, and not Horde scum, you get to about here, and then suddenly, like, you're level 22 already, and you need to fucking move on. And it's just, I don't know why I chose Darkshore. I don't really like Darkshore, but you know what I mean. Like, the game doesn't give you the opportunity to be wrapped up in the story at all, because you out level the zone, and also like the enemies are trivial difficulties because not even if you are the same level as them, like the amount of balancing changes that have happened and everything is just gonna like mean you're overpowered. You can just kill stuff in a couple of shots like I am, but to be fair, I am using heirlooms, which boost your stats by a significant amount. 25 feathers? What? Have they even like redone this zone? I know they have, like that's Cataclysm stuff over there, but come on. Why? I didn't realise Desolus was such a pain in the ass to level through. Jesus. What a grind! I've got nothing better to do. But level scaling means that enemies will always be a decent difficulty. They've said that they obviously don't want to make it so that like they're really difficult to kill every single time. Why did I kill you up there? I can't loot your body. Oh, for God's sake. Hunter world problems. Thing is, I'm pretty sure this is Cataclysm content, because this guy's like, look at all the stuff that's happened. It means all these animals are around. That's usually how it goes. Desert wastes. Okay, no, these do sound like they could be vanilla quests. I don't know. It's no use speculating. Oh, Cenarian. I don't want to be around these dudes. Oh wait, no, Cenarian is both Horde and Alliance, isn't it? Jeez Louise. I would be having more fun streaming if my nose wasn't running and getting blocked and shit. That kind of snuck up on me. I know what I'll do, I'll have some Volvic. I've been drinking Volvic instead of like Pepsi lately because it won't fuck up my insides as quickly. It's good shit. That should be their slogan. Volvic touch of fruit, sugar-free, strawberry, natural flavour water. It's good shit. I'm not sponsored by Volvic, by the way. Although if they would like to send me any money, I'm not going to complain. Alright, I guess sometimes you get more favours than other times. Okay. My outrage is sated. I was about to complain that the other people didn't join the queue, and that's why I wouldn't be getting a dungeon, but then the dungeon popped, so... Sod's law in the best way. Where are we going now? Ah, Maraudon. Oh, I've joined midway through, I see. They've already killed that guy, I imagine. Or is this one of those old dungeons that they've split into separate parts? I think it is, isn't it? There's nothing I can do to walk on water, is there? Oh, right, Aspects of a Cheetah is just like a temporary thing now. I forgot about that. That was a dumb change. I will not hail this Hydra. Oh, I really want to see full Ragnarok. I need to contact Reese and Reese. My buds. I need to go out to cinema with them and be like, let's watch that movie. I'm not really a movie person, to be honest. The only movies I really watch are like, there are certain franchises and you probably know what they are already. Marvel movies, DC movies, you know, when they're not Suicide Squad. I do think Batman vs Superman got a bad rap. It's nowhere near as bad as everyone says it is. It's a decent movie. I saw the director's cut though, so maybe that has something to do with it. And Star Wars. Those are pretty much my instant go and see movies. That's about it. Everything else, I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I really immediately go and see when it comes out? I mean, I'd say Harry Potter, but I went and saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I thought that was incredibly overrated. It was an okay movie, but it was slow. The characters didn't really do much for me. I don't know, I can't really put my finger on what. I think it was just overhyped and overrated. Still, it's nowhere near as bad as Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Child? What's a child? Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Oh boy, I read the script. I don't know if it's better when you see it performed live, but whew, that read like fan fiction. It really, really did. Like, I don't want to spoil anything. Go and read it for yourself. But oh man. Some very questionable decisions in there. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. I want to say more now, but no, I won't. This is a live stream. People haven't read it. It's so bad. Any other movies that I immediately go and see? I'm trying to get more into movies, that's the thing. I'm trying to become more of a movie person. I've only ever seen the first two Lord of the Rings movies, and that was recently, and I can't be bothered to watch the third one, because I just know it's the one where they win. It's very good versus evil. And I can't fault it for that, because, like, it's like a very old story, and it's like before all these fresh takes on fantasy came out, so I can't exactly say it's unoriginal, because it is the original that others that are unoriginal just copy from. That sentence kind of got away from me now. This guy's called Landslide. It's kind of an unoriginal name for a big rock giant, huh? Did I completely ignore something that they were saying in the group chat? He said friends back. Okay, I don't know. I feel guilty now. I always get annoyed when people don't pay attention. Usually I have different chat tabs and one of them is instants. There was no need for me to do that circle. Oh well. When did my pet die? Kia, what happened to you? I've just had a horrible thought, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't have Torn on. Because lots of shit resets when you reinstall WoW. I don't know if this is one of them. I don't even remember how to check. Is it spellbook? It is, isn't it? No. Have you had taunt on all of this time? No, you haven't. Okay. It's really not clear when it's on and when it's off. I think that's off. I just don't know why it comes up all shiny. Is it 'cause I don't have it on my bar? But then what are the things around it and the corners? That makes it seem like it's something that would auto-trigger. Anyway, it's not on. That's all I need to know. I'm far away from everyone now. See, that's the kind of thing that's really not accessible information for new players. If you're a brand new character and you start off as a hunter and you tame a pet, it has Growl on because they assume you need it for the questing experience. And then when you enter a dungeon, people tell you to turn Growl off. You might not even know what Growl is. It's really dumb. Let's see if I can pull this off without losing too much momentum. Yeah, that was dumb. Oh, okay, that was really dumb. I don't have a hotkey for it, so... Oh, good name for your raptor. I like it. Raptor. Very, very classic. I don't know why people don't name their pets. It hurts me inside. I don't remember why I called you Kia though. I'll have to go back and rewatch the old streams. I just know that I do very much like it. I like using kind of like word association to try and determine the names of my pets. Because then later on, I don't remember why they're called what they're called, that's just their name. Hey, we did it. We won the game. Oh, I know. I know you can't carry anymore. Please don't mean this means... Oh, okay, I can't complete the quest until I delete something. Pretty sure I don't need bruiseweed. Get out of here. I should probably wear you as well. Let's kill the bonus boss spot, guys. Give me that XP. 4,900. Damn it, it's not even enough to level me. Is it? No, it's not. No. So one thing I kind of only just considered now is the fact that they're adding voice chat to WoW. I mean, it's kind of already in, but no one uses it. It's allegedly already in. Maybe they took it out in a patch just because no one ever fucking used it. I don't know. Let me see. It used to be in the... Could you do it in one of these? I don't know. I swear there used to be voice chat in WoW. It was there in Burning Crusade, but there used to be a little icon for it, but no one ever used it. But I think they want it, like, they're going to use it the way they do it in Overwatch. That was not 4,005. Oh, Rock Grip. Where is Rock Grip? Okay, I guess we're not doing that. But it'll be interesting because they want a much more easily accessible voice chat, which goes with communities feature. But if they implement that into like raid and party and stuff, that'll be interesting. The thing is, I use Discord. I'm very much up for the idea of an in-game Discord type service. But I think I am actually going to end the stream here, so thank you for watching. When we come back next time, we won't be in Desolus. We'll go somewhere that's a little bit more happy, a little bit less dreary, and just overall not as shit. Maybe we'll do some quest content and just instead of just relying on dungeons all the time. But yeah, thanks for watching. I look forward to our next meeting. Oh, meeting. Oh, that makes it sound mysterious.